All right, well, welcome in. Today I want to talk about the asset store. Let me get a share screen going here. So the asset store, first of all, has tons of free stuff. Some of these are complete games. Others are deal with the tutorials that you get from Unity. And there are a lot of extensions to Unity as well as various assets that one can find useful. One interesting thing about the asset store is that if you develop content that you think is good enough, you can sell it on the asset store. This doesn't have to be a complete game, and can be some kind of model or texture or scripting asset, anything. And you set the price. Unity takes 30%. Details for how to do this are in this link. In Unity 2.18.2.19, the asset store is accessed through through Unity. There's a window pull down for the asset store that opens a window. I have it set up over here, the asset store window. Initially, it's a freestanding window, but you can drop it into your UI setup and customize it. Now, there's lots of content on the asset store. Most of it is not free. Some of it's quite expensive. Other things are pretty cheap. One nice thing about the asset store is you can filter by price. So on the asset store here, I can pull down and specify what price I'm willing to pay, or specify only free assets, and then I only see things that are free. Very cool. Another thing the filter lets you do is specify particular publishers. So here I can ask for Unity Technologies, which is all of the stuff that Unity provides. And there's lots of really nice stuff here under Unity Technologies. Unity 2.20 requires that if you open the asset store window in 2.20, it'll tell you that it's closed and that you have to go to the web to do it. You can make your purchases on the web, and then they will be available through the package manager window under My Assets. So it's a little different, but it still works. Some cool free ones that I've found, of course, I've mentioned the standard assets, characters, vehicles, textures, trees, lens flares, cookies, fonts, and various utility scripts. One thing I've noticed in 2.18 and 2.19 is that the standard assets throw an error, and it's a utility script for simple activator menu. You can just delete this, and I believe the error then goes away. There actually are two scripts, I think, that throw errors, and there might be another one in the sample scenes that throws an error, but at this point, I'm not seeing them. Another is the Terrain Toolkit 2.17. This does have a few minor hiccups, but it works okay with 2.18 and 2.19. I'll talk about that later when we get to generating terrains. One that I always liked was the gem shader. The gem shader had sparkly pickups that were nice, but unfortunately, it's gone away and doesn't work, isn't on the asset store anymore. But because I like it so well, I'm providing it on my Google Drive. And of course, the detonator explosion framework. This one is very cool and has a lot of really nice explosions. There's a lot of really nice explosions that you can blow things up with. And that's all very cool. Um, uh, at, one caveat about the asset store is that a lot of the content is for earlier versions of Unity. Uh, when you're on the asset store, if you uh, if you look at the specific item, uh, if you look at the specific item, it'll tell you something about uh, what version of Unity it was downloaded with. Somewhere here it tells you the supported version, and somewhere it tells you the version that was downloaded with. Um, Stuff from Unity 3, 4, 5 may still work, but some of it requires futzing. This is especially true of anything that used custom shaders or JavaScript or legacy particles. These things all can be broken. And an example of a broken package was the old detonator package that had a broken shader. It was throwing this obscure kind of cryptic error that told me there was an error in line 42 of the shader. It actually turned out to be in line 41. And after a lot of futzing around, I found if you deleted the XYZ from the UV grab, it then worked. A more serious problem of the old detonator system was that it used the legacy particle system. And there was no fix for this apart from recreating all the particle systems in the new system. Uh, but happily, the developer upgraded it and it's available on the asset store and it works just fine. So these are all different tools that you can use. For instance, here's the asset store web page for the detonator explosion. It tells you the file size, versions that are supported. You can look at what's in the package, and you can add it to your assets that'll then be loadable from the package manager. So the asset store is pretty cool. I highly recommend it. And I'll end this lecture here. See you all in class. Bye.